My fiancé secretly had another man try to seduce me to test my loyalty. Should I end the engagement? I'm Grace, and I've been engaged to my fiancé Jake for about 6 months. We've been together for 4 years and living together for 2. Until recently, I truly believed we had a solid, trusting relationship. Now I'm not sure I even know him. Jake has always had some insecurity, but nothing that felt extreme. He'd make little comments sometimes asking who I was texting, joking that other guys probably hit on me, or asking if I ever missed being single. I always reassured him. I've never cheated, never crossed boundaries, and I've always been open with him. That's why what happened feels so disturbing. A few months ago, a guy started coming to the same gym as me. Let's call him Evan. He was friendly, outgoing, and talkative. At first, it was just casual gym small talk. Eventually, he added me on social media and started messaging occasionally. At first, it felt harmless. Then the messages started shifting. He began complimenting me more, asking personal questions, saying things like, "Your fiancé is lucky," or, "If things were different, I'd definitely ask you out." Every time I shut it down. I told him I was engaged. I told him I wasn't interested. I even mentioned Jake often on purpose, hoping he'd get the hint. I also told Jake about it. I remember laughing it off and saying something like, "This guy at the gym keeps flirting, but I've shut it down." Jake didn't seem bothered. He just nodded and said something like, "Yeah, that happens." A week or 2 later, Evan messaged me again asking if I wanted to grab a drink sometime. I told him no, very clearly. I said I wasn't comfortable and that I loved my fiancé. He apologized and said he didn't mean to cross a line. I thought that was the end of it. Then one night, Jake asked if we could talk. He seemed strangely calm, almost proud. He told me he had something to admit. That's when he told me Evan wasn't just some random guy from the gym. He was his friend. My stomach dropped. Jake explained that he had asked Evan to test me, to flirt with me and see if I'd cheat. He said he wanted to be sure before marrying me. He said he needed peace of mind. I remember just staring at him, waiting for the punchline, waiting for him to laugh and say he was joking. He wasn't. He told me this had been planned for weeks. They had talked about what Evan should say and how he should approach me. Jake had been watching my reactions the entire time. Then he smiled and said, "You passed, though." That sentence made me feel sick. I asked him how he could think that was okay, how he could involve another man in our relationship without my knowledge and manipulate me like that. He brushed it off and said I was overreacting. He said, "If you didn't do anything wrong, why are you so upset? That hurt more than anything." I tried to explain that the issue wasn't whether I cheated, it was that he didn't trust me, that he felt entitled to test me instead of communicating, that he turned our relationship into some kind of experiment. He got defensive. He said a lot of guys do this, that his friends thought it was smart, that it showed he cared enough to protect our future. He actually said I should be flattered. I asked him how he'd feel if I had secretly sent one of my friends to flirt with him and report back. He said that wasn't the same thing. When I asked why, he couldn't really explain it. Since then, things have felt wrong. He keeps acting like everything is fine because I passed. He's gone back to talking about wedding plans like nothing happened. Venues, dates, guest lists. Meanwhile, I feel anxious around him. I catch myself wondering what else he might test me on, what else he might monitor or control without telling me. When I told him I needed time to think, He got irritated. He said I was dragging this out and making him look bad. He said I was sabotaging our future over something small. His parents even got involved. His mom told me that men do dumb things sometimes, and that I shouldn't throw away a good relationship over insecurity. She said I should be grateful he cared enough to make sure I was faithful. That honestly made me feel worse. I still love him. I really do. Ending an engagement feels terrifying. We've built a life together. We've talked about kids, a future, everything. But I can't shake this feeling that something fundamental broke when he decided to test me instead of trusting me. I keep asking myself, if he was willing to manipulate me before marriage, what happens after we're legally tied together? What else will he justify for peace of mind? So now I'm stuck. I'm still engaged, but I don't know if I should be. Am I overreacting, or is this a massive red flag I shouldn't ignore? Should I end the engagement?